Welcome to Guitar News. There's a lot happening in the world of guitars.
It's been a whirlwind. I got my hands on a Adam Jones Les Paul Custom 1979 Silverburst VOS. You saw us unbox it with Jake. You saw the guitar demo, the playing demo and specs. And this is my first chance to react with Zach to the whole state of guitar craziness and the state of affairs. This week, we find out a whole pallet of them was stolen en route to Sweetwater, and I don't know how this story, it's like truth is stranger than fiction. One state over, somebody was wise enough to know exactly the right pallet to take on exactly the right truck.
Dirk, Tara, we're told that 13 guitars on their way to Sweetwater's warehouse were stolen from a transport truck at a Flying J in Whiteland last week. And given the circumstances, Sweetwater believes this was a targeted theft. The guitars were not the only items on the truck, but they were the only ones taken. So they believe whoever took the guitars knew exactly what was being stolen. Collectively, they're worth $95,000, and there's no replacing them if they aren't found.
There's only so many of these guitars that are made in the country by this manufacturer, and once they're made, they're made. And so all of these were earmarked for very specific people. Very specific collectors in the country, and now that they're gone, they're irreplaceable.
At the top, we want to say that we're playing trade guitars. We, like all of you out there, are going to be on the lookout for these stolen serial numbers. The serial numbers that were stolen are linked down in our description. You can be sure that nobody is going to be able to sell these guitars through legitimate channels. So it's total speculation. Who stole them? Was it an inside job? Some people are thinking that they're already on their way offshore somewhere. Who knows? We have no idea. But the fact of the matter is the only place you're going to be able to sell those is on the black market, and you're never going to be able to resell them in a legitimate manner. And it's such a shame. It's a signed guitar, a limited edition, one of 79 if you got the signed aged edition, and 4 of those got stolen in 9 of the VOS versions. I mean, if you stole that, I hope you're a Tool fan, because you're not going to be able to resell it. All I can tell you is it's not the way to get something that you want. We're going to be on the lookout for it, but it just further reduces the pool of these that are available. I mean, if you pull 13 guitars out of circulation from a VOS that only consisted of 179 and the age that consisted of 79, these are going to be sought after guitars for decades to come. The demand for these guitars is not going to go away, in my opinion. Tool fans unite. Tool fans are diehard, and I guarantee you these guitars will be in demand for a long time. I didn't even know this opportunity was going to fall in our lap. All these people out there in the world trying to get their hands on this guitar, it fell into our lap thanks to Jake. A big shout out to Jake at White Shag Guitars. So the story goes, Jake, by total chance, saw on Instagram last week that a limited quantity, a secondary quantity, was released to Musician's Friend. He went on Musician's Friend immediately after seeing the post, put his order in, got confirmed, and immediately afterwards it was sold out. This is, weeks or months after the entire batch of these things was completely sold out. And I had a narrow window to go to Jake's, unbox the guitar, bring it back to my house to film the performance footage, and drive it straight on back to Jake. And, this is Play and Trade Guitars, where we do play it and trade it. And that guitar was gone in less than 24 hours. And there's a lot of that going on. If you check the recent prices in Reverb, you're going to see that the VOS versions are going for $10,000 plus. And the asking price on the signed aged edition is pushing $25,000 plus. And the actual sales, not just the listing prices, are confirming that this is the hottest market for the most exclusive guitar out there, and it's been made even more exclusive by the fact that 13 of them just got stolen. Jake says he has a receipt, so that's all I need to know. I have plausible deniability.
Jake, how did you get 9 more?
Well, it was definitely a privilege to play something that was this hyped up. And the first thing you have to ask yourself with a guitar like this is it worth the hype? Because the hype was on another planet. Even after unboxing, Jake and I kind of looked at each other and said, well, here it goes. I'm going to take it back and plug it in. Is it going to live up to the hype? Is it going to live up to the high price tag? Let alone paying 10 grand for the signed and aged, relic version. I took it home, and I was so afraid of dropping it or breaking it that I set up my whole production space with a dummy guitar. I got all my levels, and then I brought this guitar out of its case, and I plugged in the 1/4-inch cable and cranked up, and the volume from my dummy guitar settings, this guitar was 100% louder than the guitar next to it. Wow. So First reaction upon plugging it in is that the custom Seymour Duncan distortion that they have in there is screaming loud. And for playing heavy music, you can't beat it. It's got body to it. It's got this amazing rounded low end to it, which doesn't get muddy. Newsflash, some Gibsons get muddy. This guitar was anything but that. It had such clarity and such body. It had bottom end that just rattled the entire house. My ears hurt for 2 days after playing that thing. But my second reaction, as I moved kind of up and down the fretboard, is that the ebony fretboard and the neck fit perfectly in my hand. The fretboard was so well done. I'm really a fan of ebony fretboards in general. And then what I was also so surprised by was just the sweetness of the clean tones. The clean tones I found with tone up or down, just beautiful. It sounded like exactly what you'd want out of a great Les Paul. And as much as I love the screaming bridge, I was a huge fan of the middle, three-way selection combination of the neck and the bridge. The neck has a custom bucker, which is reverse mounted, and the combination of the two in middle or the neck itself were some of my favorite tones. But if you want to go balls to the wall rock, this was a rock and roll machine. I have not played another guitar in recent memory that can rival this rock monster that we had in this Adam Jones Les Paul. It was simply like on another planet. It was awesome. Totally unreal. We've had, even just since putting our videos out the past couple of days, we've already had so many people reach out and try to buy from us. And I said this was a guest feature on our channel with Jake from White Shag Guitars. The prices are just through the roof on these. And it's also bringing up the prices of the original, 79 Silverburst Les Pauls. If you have one of the original ones, the market on those has skyrocketed. So just kind of looking at a few days out now and all the reaction, we had a lot of people that it resonated with them when we said what's likely happening with this multi-year partnership of Adam Jones with Gibson. They're probably setting the stage to have an immediate sellout with the flagship custom shop model. That's going to create all this hype, all this excitement. And then what are they going to do? They're going to introduce a more down-to-earth version, whether Gibson namesake or on possibly Epiphone, that all of us will rush to buy because we've been marketed and anchored. The price anchoring is real. So, it went from $6,000 to $1,000. You'll drop $1,000 because you couldn't get the one for $6,000, and it's a whole marketing strategy, I think, which is in effect and obviously very effective because nobody can stop talking about this guitar.
Unreal.
And to get one that's signed and aged just like Adam Jones, I mean, that's incredible. I did not get my hands on one of the signed ones, but the VOS did not disappoint. To get one that's signed and aged just like Adam Jones, that's incredible. I did not get my hands on one of the signed ones. You're really paying the extra money for the signature, in my opinion. The Relicing was kind of lame, if you ask me. Like, if you look at the marketing pictures, the only difference from the VOS to the aged is rusty screws in the pickup rings and like a couple checks in the nitro and a little bit of wear on the binding. There was one pick mark, that happens on the right hand, like on the other side of the bridge pickup from picking, and it looked fake. So I wasn't impressed with the Relicing. I would be impressed to see a signature on it.
Yeah.
There's a funny story, I don't know if we should tell, about what transpired immediately after the unbox. White Shag Guitars is famous for, of course, its white shag carpet, of which is sacred space for all guitars that are bought in and immediately sold within 48 hours if you're Jake. But in this case, in between unboxing the guitar and taking the guitar back for performance footage, while positioning it on that famous white shag rug for pictures, the mirror emblem fell off the headstock and shattered. Which I don't mean to laugh because actually at the time it wasn't funny. It sucked. It was horrible. It gets better. So Jake, I reassured him. I said, listen, there's got to be somebody you can call Gibson Custom Shop.
We at Play and Trade, we know a guy. We told Jake, relax.
We're connected. We're on the inside. So we sent Jake to just the right guy down in Tennessee. Just that guy picked up the phone at Gibson Custom Shop and told Jake, oh man, you got one of those guitars? That's awesome. I'll tell you what, if you take your broken mirror and you flip it over, you see 3M written on the back of it, yeah, you can get those for $1.99 on Amazon. So turns out he broke the one thing which was not exclusive at all to the package. It was just kind of a little bonus to replicate that little mirror emblem that Adam puts on his own guitar, and it's a $1.99 fix. But he didn't go to Amazon. They were nice enough over at Gibson Custom Shop to send him the actual real deal mirror that comes from Gibson. So the new owner is going to get that in about a week or two as well.
Good on Jake for going after the authentic thing, getting the real thing from Gibson, and good on Gibson for not just telling him to go to Amazon. It's a real 3M from Gibson.
Well, I mean, if you package a guitar for $6,000 and something breaks, you can't just tell somebody to go on Amazon for $1.99.
Yeah.
Anyways, it worked out. Gibson sending Jake a brand new mirror, but I already got a little bit of flack for not featuring the mirror in my performance demo. Yes, if I could, I would have, but a shattered one wouldn't have made for a good HD shot. Well, and it's crazy, too, because these guitars got stolen, and one of our favorite channels, of course, is Trogley, as I'm sure many of you watch. And Trogley came out and showed us a look at the recent sales on Reverb, and right there was the guitar that was featured on our channel, and now we can say our guitar was featured on Trogley's guitar channel, so the Trogley Guitar Show. So Trogley, thanks for doing us a service of featuring the guitar that we featured first, and we look forward to you getting your hands on the Adam Jones Les Paul very soon, and we can't wait to watch your videos. We enjoyed your stock footage in the meantime.
It's really nice how you get that really good stock footage. Austin.
Well, let's do Play and Trade Guitars top 5 theories on who stole the guitars.
All right. Number 1, FedEx guy.
Okay. All you need is one person connected to the logistics company. Let's lump FedEx into number 1 theory, the logistics company. Somebody in the logistics company, whether it was FedEx or some third-party trucking company, knew that this batch of guitars was here and worked with possibly the trucker, possibly somebody on the inside to
Maybe
be in the
someone
right
at
place.
Flying J. I don't know. It could have been...
In order to take the pallet off the truck, you have to know that the truck is going to be there, which means it was premeditated that somebody, either at the Flying J or the trucking company, knew that that truck would be there. It's not necessarily the truck driver who would know that. It's anybody at the logistics company who would have known that the truck would be there at what time.
Somehow, out of a truck full of guitars, this one pallet was singled out and stolen at a truck stop. Says Sweetwater Chief Supply Chain and Merchandising Officer Phil Rich. With a retail value of $95,000 in guitars, we feel the person/persons knew exactly what to look for and when. So boom, looks like...
Oh, so it's not a conspiracy theory. So basically, idea number 1 that it was a logistics company is totally valid idea, even according to the head of the head of Sweetwater. All right. Oh, we did number 1 first. We should have saved it. All right, idea number 2. This is my half-baked idea. Just when you thought the hype couldn't get any further and you thought Gibson's PR people couldn't get any more brilliant, how do you bring Hype Machine from Moon to Mars? You lose your own palette of guitars, and you have the whole world talking that much more about the 13 guitars that are now missing. That's worth a lot of marketing dollars right there. Can we prove it? No.
Was it an inside job?
Was it a PR stunt? Idea number 3. What was his name?
Phil Rich?
Phil Rich.
Who are you, Phil Rich, Chief of Merchandising at Sweetwater?
Do we
and
know?
How do you know so much?
How do you know these guitars were stolen?
And you knew all the serial numbers? Phil Rich, Chief Supply Chain and Merchandising Officer at Sweetwater, might be a suspect.
You know who would know where that truck would be? The Chief Supply and Merchandising Officer of Sweetwater.
Yeah. And it was at a Flying J in Indiana's, in Whiteland, which is not far from Fort Wayne.
Does he live near the Flying J?
Well, you know these guitars are coming to you. You tip off the dude who's driving the truck when you see him the week before. So Sweetwater meets logistics. Boom, inside job.
Very suspicious. Number 2. How did Jake from White Shag Guitars manage to get one guitar when nobody else could find them on the planet and they were sold out everywhere?
We are right near Sweetwater.
We are pretty close to Sweetwater. Crackpot idea number 2, Jake from White Shag Guitars was the mastermind. And number 1, number 1 crackpot idea on who took the stolen Gibsons. Just let it come, Trogley?
Trogley definitely didn't steal it because he doesn't have any videos out about it yet.
Let's really think about this. Let's really...
Number 1, it was the police. I bet.
2020. Let us know which of your ideas you want to add to the list, or let us know which of our crazy crackpot ideas were your favorite in this top 5, 6.
6.5.
6.5. ideas. And if they need any help with the sleuthing, detective work, or policing on this case, Zach and myself stand at the ready to assist with some brilliant ideas. Anyways, thanks for being part of Play and Trade Guitars and watching our series on the amazing Gibson custom shop, Adam Jones, Les Paul Custom Silverburst VOS. There's also the aged signed edition, which we talked about in the specs in our playing demo. Zach and I are going to continue to add to our Adam Jones Les Paul playlist with all the content on this amazing guitar. It's not every day that we get to come across guitars like this. We're not well connected to anybody at Gibson yet, but maybe now you have our name and number, so let us know what we can do in the future. At this point, we're just two dudes that are excited about a guitar like this falling into our lap and making content that's resonating with all of you. Do us a favor and hit subscribe, like, and drop a comment to let us know you're here. Share our content across social media with the hashtag #ItWillBeMine. We do have a guitar giveaway. Our hashtag #ItWillBeMine Wayne's World Guitar Giveaway features a Fender Strat that will go to one of you when we hit 5,000 subscribers. So thanks for being a part of Play and Trade Guitars, where we play it and trade it. I'm John.
I'm Zach.
We hope they catch the thief in all seriousness, and linked below in the description are the serial numbers missing. We are going to do our part to be on the lookout for any of those stolen guitars and make sure that they don't make it into the legitimate system. As far as the black market, we hope the police are doing their thing, and we hope that these guys are caught. It's really a shame. But with that said, we're going to bring you more content on our legitimate Adam Jones guitar, and we can't wait to bring that to you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers, dude.
Oh, man.
Congrats
Cheers.
on monetizing this channel.
We're making movies.
We're making movies.
In Studio 15, Britt Soleil, Win 15 News.